ingine ambayo uko ni
inalingana na mienendo ya kisiasa.
Mumepungua. Asante. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, allow me to condole with the family of Yussuf Hajji and the people of Garissa on behalf of the people of Makwen and my family. Mr. Speaker, we have lost, I don't even think words can confirm, words are enough, as many have said about the life and times of Yussuf Hajji. Two, I don't think it's enough, and I want to say this, I don't think it's enough to name a street after Yussuf Hajji. I don't think it's enough to name a building after this gentleman. It's not enough. I think we must emulate the public service mantra that was part of his DNA. Mr. Speaker, it cannot be that you want to become a rich person because of public service. That is what are the lessons, that somebody can serve for so long and yet just walk away a simple man. The current public service is that you become a billionaire in public service. That is the current trend. If you are going to follow Yussuf Hajji, then you must follow him truly. Number two, yesterday, Senator Wambua and I were left behind after everybody left, after we laid him to rest. This good senator, this gentleman who served in the public service, was laid to rest next to just another ordinary Kenyan. The humility and simplicity of our brothers, Muslim brothers and sisters, is something to emulate for all of us who have made burials a national event, a political event, a fundraising event, and everything else that is not godly. Mr. Speaker, this gentleman requested me at the beginning of this session to be praying in my office. And for the longest time, Mr. Speaker, his mat was in my office. If you see me thriving, Mr. Speaker, it's because of the blessings of Yussuf Hajji. Such a humble man that during the formula, Mr. Speaker, and Senator Dulo didn't want to say it, and of course I will not say it because I am sure he told me in confidence of the problems of BBI he mentioned to me, and I will not say it here, but I'm sure the powers that be know that he had some objections about some of the things that were done in the BBI report, and it's fair to say so. Number two, when the 2-3 senators were arrested, and I want to correct Senator Uta, the only reason why he kept media away from that committee was because there was an allegation against one of the senators that he did not want to be made public. That was the reason. And he confessed that to me in my office. The third one, he also confessed to me that the reason that we had problems between, in the arrest of the senators is a disconnect between the DCI and DPP. He said that also openly. So if we are going to remember Senator Hajji, can we remember Senator Hajji by doing the right thing? Not the politically correct thing, the right thing. But let me say this, in terms of mortality, I, of course, was never privy to some of the ceremonies that are done by our brothers from the Muslim faith. The mortality, the simplicity of just putting that man and the burial rites are something that all of us must emulate. Simple things that were done yesterday. In fact, when I went to the Muslim cemetery yesterday, they were cleaning. There were people collecting papers everywhere. Can you imagine? They are done roads. It's how simple people can do things. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear colleagues, all is vanity, said Solomon. All is vanity. Vanity of vanities. Can we do the right thing in life and in death? And lastly, to say this, a lot of us came here when we were very young. And I want us to be saying this to our colleagues when they are alive. And I said this when Yussuf Hajji was here, before he made a comment about the formula. Let's thank people like Senator James Orengo, Senator Amos Wako, Professor Sam Ongeri, to serve with these people who are twice our age and to gain.
Muongeze dakika moja tafadhali.
And to gain from the experience of these good people who do not treat us as children and treat us as their peers is something we should never take for granted. So we want to tell you, our dear older colleagues, we value your wisdom, we value your wit, we value your advice. Let's say this when you can hear. So that all of us then have matured in this house and are treated as equals because of all of you. And thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the additional minute. May the good soul of this good gentleman, who will never replace, who I watched in Yaliyotokea when I was in primary and served with him, may he rest in peace. You have asked for forgiveness. This man has been forgiven. I can assure you, for the good deeds he has done. Let us pass this Building Bridges initiative in his honor. That is the way to honor him. Because that is what he chaired. He can't have chaired a bad thing. He can't have. He couldn't have. And I'm talking to you, Naomi, Senator Naomi. He couldn't have chaired a bad thing. He would have refused. He never refused. And he went to his grave without saying a single thing that would have split this country. So let us build bridges in his honor. Thank you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Kiranja, walio wachache nasikia unasema walio wengi, lakini